we have now two voting methods left. The first one is alternative vote. The second one is Copeland voting. So let's talk about the alternative vote. It is also called instant runoff voting, ranked choice, preferential voting. There are many different names. I don't think that I know all of them. But the idea is very similar or identical in all those cases. The most important aspect of alternative vote is that voters rank all candidates. So they have to identify who is number one candidate on their list, on their ballot, number two, and maybe more, because there may be variants in which voters rank just two candidates, any number of candidates, at least two, or all candidates, and the number may be greater, substantial, even greater than two. Now, when we calculate the winner, we take a look if there is a candidate with more than 50% of first votes. If this is the case, then does the candidate have a majority here? Then this candidate is the winner. If not, then we eliminate the weakest candidate. And in alternative vote, the weakest candidate is defined as the candidate with fewest first votes. So there are also variants of this procedure where the weakest candidate is a candidate with most last votes. There may be different principles behind this elimination. In this procedure, we take a look at the candidate with fewest first votes. This candidate is eliminated, and we have to distribute eliminated candidates' ballots among other candidates. So those votes are not wasted for this particular candidate. Just we remove the name of this candidate from the ballot, and the next candidate on the list gets the vote of this particular voter. And then we take a look at the results. Is there a candidate with more than 50% of first votes? If yes, this candidate is the winner. If no, we go through the elimination procedure again. Alternative vote is used in many types of elections, including parliamentary elections. For some reason, it is very popular in the Southern Pacific, in Australia, Papua New Guinea, Fiji. It is used often in electing leaders, various political leaders, including the leaders of the Labour Party and Lib Dems in the United Kingdom. It is used in some jurisdictions in the United States, including San Francisco and California. And it is used to elect the presidents of India and Ireland. Here are two examples of ballots for alternative vote. In this particular ballot, you have to fill those holes. And actually, with this particular method of voting, it is very important to organize an efficient procedure of counting, ideally mechanical electronic procedure of reading the ballots and then counting the votes. Because if you do this by hand, it is extremely time-consuming. And I will tell you more in the context of a single transferable vote, which is a more complex version, basically, of alternative vote, that sometimes in some countries the use of this method led to delays in calculating the winner. But here, the second ballot is a simpler ballot. Is simpler. We have 8 candidates, and the instruction is that number the boxes from 1 to 8 in order of your choice. So you have to put some numbers, 1, 2, and now there are different versions of this procedure. They ask you to rank at least 2 candidates, but now the ballot may be valid with just 2 candidates, or in some systems they may ask you to rank all candidates, and such a ballot may be not valid. So in our version, we'll use the rankings of all candidates. So if you have to rank all candidates, you just have to put those numbers here, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, so in such a system, when you have to rank everybody, this would be the final ballot. Let's take a look at an example that we used before to calculate the winners according to other methods that we discussed. We have 55 voters, and here are their preferences. The preferences are presented in a way as rankings of all candidates. We are looking for a majority winner. Do we have a majority winner among those alternatives? Well, no, because we know that the greatest number of votes was for X, 18, and it is less than 28. 28 is the majority, the minimum majority if we have 55 voters. So we need to eliminate the weakest candidate. Now, who is the weakest? According to the first votes, X 18, Y 12, Z 10, U 9, and W has 4 plus 2, 6. So W gets the smallest number of first votes, and W is the weakest candidate according to this procedure. We eliminate W, and W was the first choice for 6 voters. For 4 voters, now those 4 top votes will go to Y, and for 2 voters, those votes will go to Z. Do we have a majority winner now? W is eliminated. Well, still no, because Y got 4 more votes, so Y has 16, Z got 2 more votes, so now 12. Still, there is no candidate with 28 votes. So we have to eliminate another candidate who is the weakest according to this situation now for this particular voting profile. So now U has 9 votes and U is the weakest candidate. We eliminate U. And as you see, now Z got 9 votes from you, so Z got quite a few extra votes. Now Z has 10 plus 9, 19, and 2, 21. So Z is getting closer towards majority, but still we have 3 alternatives and no alternative with a majority of votes. So we eliminated U, but we still don't have a majority. We have to eliminate another alternative. And now Z19, X 21, X 18, and Y 12, and 4 16. So now Y is the weakest alternative. So we eliminate Y, and now we will be left with only 2 alternatives. So we must have a majority winner now. It is an odd number of alternatives, and we don't have ties. This X against Z. And you remember that X was always, except for the 18 voters, X was the last choice of all other voters. So Z gets 37 votes. X is eliminated with 18 votes. So Z is our winner according to alternative vote. Our next method of voting is called Copeland voting, from the name of the gentleman who invented this method, or Copeland score. It is very closely related to the concept of Condorcet winner. The Copeland score for an alternative X just counts the total number of alternatives that X beats. Total number of alternatives that X beats. Ties are usually counted as 1/2, and the alternative with the highest Copeland score is the winner. Of course, it is used in sport, round robin, all play all tournaments. And there are many variants of Copeland method. The team with most pairwise victories is the winner. There may be different weights that are applied to ties and so on. I'm sure that you are familiar with different rules for different types of round robin tournaments. In soccer, we have special ties, special weights applied to ties because you get 3 points. So soccer. 3 points for victory and only 1 point for a tie. So how is Copeland winner related to the Condorcet winner? Well, it is very, very, very close, very simple relationship. If our alternative is a Condorcet winner, then it must be the Copeland winner. And if there is no Condorcet winner, we may still have Copeland winners there. So Copeland winner is an extension of the Condorcet winner concept. If we have weak Condorcet winners, then one of them may be the Copeland winner, but here the situation is more complicated. If we have just a single Condorcet winner, strong Condorcet winner, then this alternative must be also the Copeland winner. So now let's calculate the Copeland winner for our preference profile. Again, we have, as you remember, 55 voters. These are the preferences. And what are the Copeland scores for different alternatives? For X, well, X was the best choice for 18 voters, but then the last choice of everybody else. So actually X was losing 37 to 18 against any other alternative. So X is never the winner. X gets 0 points against the remaining 4 candidates. And the total score, which is here, is 0. So the Copeland score of X is 0. What about U? Let's see what we have here. Well, against X, 1, of course, but then there's one loss against W. Let's calculate this score, U versus W. U wins 18 times, now W, 18 and 9, 27, but now W. So 27 to 28, U loses just by 1 vote. And in other cases, we are not going to go over those cases, but we calculated the same way. U is the winner. Now W. Well, it seems that we have the Copeland winner, who is also the Condorcet winner. 4 times W wins with any other alternative. And we calculated this for X and for U. Let's calculate W versus Z. So 18 times W wins, now 12 times 30, well, that's already enough. W beats Z by a large margin. And Z and Y, they get 2 and 1 points respectively. So our winner here is W. All right, so we introduced our several methods. I think these are the most important, the most interesting methods that are used in voting, or the variants are used in voting and electoral systems. And there are certain results in this election that we apply to this particular voting profile. So in the next lecture, you will see an amazing property of actually what happened here.